Welcome everyone. My name is Anurag Gupta. In the last week we were doing queue linear data structure. But what we are going to do today, we are going to design a priority queue. What a priority queue is, let's say there is some data. Uh, let's say what we have discussed in the means which example we have discussed in the starting of queues. When we have started the queues, what we have discussed. Let's say a computer is there and a resource is there. Okay, just give me one. Okay, it's okay, fine. Let's say one resource is there, let's say R, and one queue is there. In the last time what we did, let's say a process P1 response with it means has requested for this resource. Then what we have done in that we have just checked what is the arrival time of this process. Let's say arrival time of this process is 1. Let's say at 1 second it came at in the queue. So it is going to be processed first, means the resource R will allocate to this process means according to its arrival time. But let's say it came at 2 seconds. So first P1 is going to execute, after that P2 is going to execute. But what comes in the priority queue space, what we do in this case, we are not going to allocate our resource according to the arrival time of our processes. What we are going to do, we are going to do it using priorities. Let's say P1 is having priority 1 and P2 is having priority 2, and both came at same means at same arrival time. Let's say it also came at 1, and the second process also came at let's say at time 1. Okay. So in this case what we'll do, which is having the highest priority, will allocate this resource to that process first. Let's say at this time P3 is also there and it is having priority. Let's say this process is having priority 5. So at this time the process P3 is having the highest priority. So this process will execute first, after that P2 will be going to execute first. And let's say at this time one more process came for P4 and it is having process, it is having means priority 6. So P2 and P3 has executed already. So after P2 and P3, what is going to execute first? Let's say P1 is also there. P1 came at 1 second, and let's say P2 came at 3 second, third second. So at third second, P2 and P3 is already executed. So at third second, we have P4 and P1 in the queue. But P4 is having highest priority, although it has came after P1. But we are not going to give the allocate the resource to P4. We are not going to allocate this resource to P1. We are going to allocate this resource to P4 because P4 is having the highest priority. So what we want to implement now, so we want to create a data structure so that we can means in the data structure we can enter, means we can insert some data, and if we want to dequeue, means if we want to delete some data, if we want to means perform one delete operation from there. So the value that is having the highest priority should be deleted first, and the value that is having lowest priority should be deleted at the last. Okay, I hope the concept of priority queue is clear to everyone, or do anybody is having any doubt? Okay, so what we are going to do today, so we are going to do means implement priority queue using arrays. And in this case what we'll do, let's say I'm going to use my IDE for that. Let's come to code part again. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's say slash stdc++.h. Okay, so I'm designing a structure uh name. Let's say I'm naming it priority, prior, prior queue. Let's say I'm naming it prior queue. Okay. And what data we are going to store into this structure? It will be one data and another will be the priority. Let's say I'm giving its name to PRI. It means priority. So what this structure is having? This structure is having the two part, the data part and the priority part. Let's say I'm going to create a class for our queue. I'm naming it priority queue. PRIORITY queue. Okay. So what data I'm going to use into it? Let's say, can we use class here for prior queue? Yes, you can use class as well. The structure and class is having the same concept. Means although I can use structure here, but for making it means to understandable for everyone, I'm using class. Okay. These are the just if I'm using class here, this let's say I'm using class here. These will be the just the data member of that class. Okay. In the case of linked list as well, we have used that struct. So what I'm going to create here, because I'm going to use the arrays of this structure, so I'm going to create an array. Let's say and at this point I'll not and don't know what will be the size of that array, so I'm creating an pointer of that array, means an pointer of this structure type. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, let's say prior queue. Okay, will be prior queue, because prior queue, let's say I'm naming it, let's say capital Q. Okay, let's name it to T, or let's say A, capital A. It will be just a pointer of this structure data type. Okay. And one more thing it will have, let's say I'll be having a capacity here, the same data members we had in the case of when we were implementing queue using array, simple array. So I'm using in the same concept, means in the same manner I'm using the variables here as well. So another will be, let's say in that case we have used, let's say right now I'm using last. What last will have here? So last will just have the pointer, means up to where we have stored something in our array. Okay. So let's say I'm creating a constructor here, priority queue. It will take and value integer size. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, a is equal to, let's say I'm allocating memory to our pointer. So it will be of type of prior queue, because it it is a type what type of this pointer is. This is the point, this is the type of this structure type of pointer it is. Okay. So I'm going to give it to the size that main function has given us. Capacity also does the same, means what you're saying, can we use class here for prior? Okay, capacity also does the same, right? Last versus capacity. Okay. Uh, o- let's say this array is there. Size of this array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So capacity will be 6 always. It will not be less than this or greater than this at any point. Let's say capacity is 6 here, but what let's say in this queue at this point I'm having only one data. Let's say I'm having only two data, 2 and 3. What our last pointer will be pointing to? Last pointer will be pointing to this index. Okay. So it will just this variable will just have the index to the last plus one, means index. Okay, let's say it is having 0, this is it's index 0, this is index 1, so last pointer will be pointing to index 2. Last pointer will have the value 2. Last is not a pointer. Okay, okay, you got it. That's good. So what our constructor will do now, it is allocated some memory to that pointer, means we have created we have already created that array, and we have allocated memory to that array. We are using new keyword here. We are allocating memory, dynamic memory. Okay, so now what we are going to do, in the capacity we are going to store size, and in the last what we are going to do, in the starting there will not be anything, so last is equal to 0. Okay, let's say now what I'm going to do, I'm going to design my enqueue function. Okay, so enqueue function, what it will take the argument in data, and with the data it will take another argument as the PRI, means as the priority. Okay, so at this point, first check whether our queue is full or not. Let's say I'm going to design a is full function here. If is full returns true, what it means? It means our queue is already full. So what you do, you just print an statement that priority queue is already full slash n, and you just return from here. If it is not full, what you have to do, print an statement that inserting that value, let's say the data, let's say with the priority, print an statement with the priority, PRI slash n. Okay, and insert that data into our array. What is the name of our array? It is a of last, because in the starting last is 0, a of last dot. So in the data part, store the data, and in the priority part, in the PRI, because this is the type of, this means array is the type of this structure, and this structure is having two values. The first is data, the second is PRI, means the priority. So what I'm saying, store the PRI into the priority part and increase the last by last plus plus. Okay, let's design our is full function as well here. Bool is full. Okay, how we are going to check our is full function? If, let's say, if size equals to capacity, what it means, if size reaches to capacity, it means our queue is already full, so it should return true here, return true. Okay, else return false. Okay, is full function is completed. Let's design last is equal to CAAP, means you are asking what last is equal to capacity is. Let's say, okay, let's say, okay, the size, it will be last equal to capacity. Okay, fine. Yes, it will be last equal to capacity. Just one. Okay, so last is equal to capacity is fine. Okay, thank you, Nani, for that. Okay, now we are going to design our DQ function. So in the DQ, what we are going to do, we are going to just find first, means which one is the high, which means which value is having the highest means which value is that having highest priority. Let's say what we are going to do here, let's say we are having data, because it will be the array, and it will be having two value at every index. The first will be data D, and the second will be priority P. Okay, first, second, third, fourth, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so it will be index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say this is having value 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay, and the priority of this 10 is, let's say, 2, 3, 1, 5, and 4. So let's say I want to perform a DQ operation here. So which element should be removed from here? Because this 40 is having the highest priority. So I'm going to DQ this element. So for that, first I have to check, means in the priority part, which priority is having the, means which is having the highest value, which index is having the highest priority. So for that, I'm going to iterate one loop from 0 to last, because in this case last will be here, to less than last, and I'll be finding the highest priority value. Let's say I found at index 3 I'm having the highest priority. So what I'm going to do, so at this position I'm going to replace the index 3 will be with the value of index 4. So it will be removed here, and the last will point to now this value. Okay, let's say this one is having now highest priority. If I want to delete that, so this is going to be replaced with this, and this value is going to be replaced with this. So these two blocks will be empty now. Okay, so for that I'm going to first found, means which one is the having the highest priority. First, before that, first we have to check, means whether there is something in our queue or not, if we are trying to dequeue something. For that, let's say I've created an isEmpty function. So if isEmpty returns true, what it means? It means there is nothing in our queue. So queue, let's say I'm writing priority queue is empty, slash n. Let's say it should return from here. Okay, let's design quickly our isEmpty function. IsEmpty function, if last is equals to 0, what it means? Return true. If last equals to 0, it means our queue is empty. Means in the initial case, we have initialized our last with the value 0. If it is not the case, else return false. So what I'm going to do now, let's say I'm creating a maximum variable in this maximum p variable, and in the starting I'm initializing it with the int min. Okay, because in this value I'm going to store the maximum priority, means what is the value of the maximum priority, as well as I'll be having one key which will store the index of that value. So in this case, what I'm going to do, for int I is equal to 0, I is less than last I plus plus. So what I'm going to check, if max p is less than the value at ai dot pri. What it means? It means if at index 0 the priority, what is the priority? If it is greater than the max p, replace the max p with the a of I dot pri, the priority, as well as replace the k with the I, because I should be knowing the index of that maximum priority so that I can replace this means index with its further index. Okay, so at this moment what we have in our max p, in the max p we are having the value that is having the maximum priority for arrays okay, Ashish is saying for arrays a0 refers to the first element, then how last zero will signify no element in the array. So Ashish, in the initial case we have initialized our last with the 0. So if only one element in our array, let's say if we have inserted only one element, after the inserting that element we are incrementing that last pointer. If there is only one element, the last will have the value 1. Okay, if there are because index, let's say the size of this array is 4, index starts from 0, it goes up to 4, but in the worst case last goes to 5, because if last is equal to 5, so we cannot add anything. So that's why we have means is full is if last is equal to capacity. If last is equal to 5, it means it is true, means that it is full. If last is equal, it is pointing to 0, it means there is nothing. If you have inserted something, you will definitely increment that last pointer, that last means value. Okay, Ashish, I hope you got it. Okay, so let's move further. So here what I'm going to do, so here let's say I found this index 3, uh, index 3, and I know this is the index. After that there are means if there are values in the arrays, it should be replaced with the index prior to it. Let's say the 4 should be the 3 should be replaced with the 4, the 4 should be replaced with the 5. If there is something, 5 should be replaced with the 6. Okay, so what I'm going to do for I is equal to k, because it will start from k and it will go up to the last, although not to the last, it will go up to the last minus 1, because let's say, guys, just give me 1 minute, I have to plug in my charger because my battery is low. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, so what I'm doing here, because why last minus 1. So let's see, if there is array and let's say 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, so let's say this is the value, let's say not this is the pointer that is going to be replaced, means that is going to delete. So if I start means my loop from here, it should go up to here only, because if the last means the last is pointing to this node, let's say, so it should go to the last minus 1, less than last minus 1, means it should go up to here only, because at this point I'm going to replace means let's say this is index 3. So for this I'm going to replace index 3 with the index 4. Let's say here I'm having 11, so 11 will be stored here and will decrement our last pointer. Now last will point to this node. Okay, I hope it is clear now why I'm writing I is less than last minus 1. Okay, let's write I plus plus, and what I'm going to do here, a of I equals to a of I plus 1. Before doing that, let's print a statement that deleting value means, let's say, because the value at index k, let's say index at the index k, what will be the data that is, it is the data will be going to be deleted, say, with the highest priority, with the highest priority max p. Okay, print endl. Okay, I hope now it is clear now. Let's say I'm quickly designing my print function here. Void print cout, printing the values of the priority queues slash for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, sorry, I is less than last, I plus plus cout a of I. I'm printing here, let's say data of a of I, as well as the priority a of I dot pri l. Okay, so what it is going to do, it is just printing the data of a of I and the priority of a of I. Okay, let's quickly run our function. Let's check whether our NQ and DQ is running fine or not. Let's create queue here. Let's pass, let's say the size of that queue will be 5. So what I'm going to do, q dot nq. So what will NQ here? Will NQ 10 with the priority 4. Let's say the priority of this NQ is for this 10 is 4. Let's see, let's copy and paste it first. Okay. So let's say after 10 I'm adding 20 with the priority 3, and after 20 I'm adding 30 with the priority 2. Okay. After 30 I'm adding 40 with the priority, let's say, with the priority 1. After adding 50 with the priority 5. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just print, let's say whether our data is added successfully or not, inserted successfully or not. It should be added one after each other. Okay, what it is saying, queue is not declared here. So what was the name of our class? It is priority queue, not queue. Okay, should not be decrement the last pointer. Okay, yes, Shay, you have means reminded me. We should be decrementing our last pointer as well, that value of that last, because if we have means deleted something, the last will be, obviously it will be decremented. Thank you, Sri. So instead of queue here, it will be priority queue. Queue. Let's now run it. Okay, so what output we are getting, inserting 10 with the priority 4, 20 with the priority 3. So printing the value of the priority queue is 10, 4, 2, 23, 32, 41 and 55. That's good. Let's see if we are dequeuing something from our queue. Let's say dequeue. If I'm saying q.dequeue, so what it is printing, let's see first. Deleting 50 with the highest priority 5. So what it is saying, because although we have inserted 4 at the front, and after that we have inserted 3, 2, means we have inserted 10 first, 20 after that, 30 after that, 40 and 50 is in the last, but 50 is having the highest priority. So it is saying 50 is deleting 50 with the highest priority 5. And what it is saying, printing the values of the priority queue. The 50 is being deleted, data 10, 20, 30, and 40 is there. Let's say after that I'm again reaching something. So let's say this time what comes? 10 should be deleted because in this case the 10 is there that is having the highest priority. So deleting 10 with the highest priority 4 because 50 is already being deleted. So in after 50, 10 is having the highest priority 4. Let's say I'm trying to delete one more element. Okay, let's delete all those. So after 10, 20 is being deleted with the highest priority 3. Let's say q.dq, q.dq. So in this case 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have 5 elements in our queue, and we are trying to delete the sixth element. Means after deleting 5 element, we are trying to delete one more element. Let's see whether we are getting any runtime error or not. So all the elements is being deleted, and it is saying when we are trying to call this 99th line, so it is saying priority queue is empty. So this means we are getting correct output. Okay. So is that clear with everyone? Priority queue using array. So what our next topic would be priority queue using linked list, because what we have implemented using array, same thing we are going to do using linked list as well. So using array is clear with everyone, or can somebody quickly tell me what is the time complexity of this function nq and dq? Or do anybody is having any doubt regarding the code at any moment? Please respond in the group chat so that we can move further. I'm waiting for your responses. One and n, vanishing one and n. Yes. For nq it is 1. For dq it is n. Although we can reduce the time complexity from n of dq from n to 1 in the same way we have did in case of circular queue. Means circular queue, yes, it was circular queue there. Although in the implementation of queue using array in the optimal way, if you have not there in that session, you can watch that video on our YouTube channel. You can reduce this complexity from n to 1. Okay,